So another point that it just occurred to me that I forgot to mention about how we see the stance. So I've gone through and spoke about Yiji Kimura. So how that's really for training. Even, I mean, we don't want to call it the training stance and the Chatsambo as the fighting stance, because neither of them are either, really. But then, that kind of begs the question, I guess, well, why bother spend so much time doing Yiji Kimura? Because we do a hell of a lot of it in our school. I don't know if that's common. It's how we do it. We spend a lot of time. And a lot of the videos you see of our students is in Yiji Kimura. So I'm the I don't know, level 1 or whatever. I'm going to be doing my Daisao, and I'll just stand here doing it like this. On one arm, just drilling the technique in Yiji Kimura. And if you look at that, a lot of people go, it's completely unrealistic training. You should be kind of, doing something, or getting around like that and doing something as well. But no, we drill it in Yiji Kimura because some people have this idea that you throw the stance away when you actually use your Wing Chun. And I'm not sure what they mean by that, if they mean you don't use Yiji Kimura, or if instead of using this stance, you just go and do whatever you want. So I don't really know what they mean by that, but I assume they mean that it's more open and you just do whatever you do. For us, that's not really, if that is indeed what they think, we don't do it like that. We don't agree with that. We see the Yiji Kimura as training the structure of the body. Hips forwards, tummy tucked in, back straight, again, not slouching, shoulders in and down. That's where people think the slouch is. But that structure that you get from the Yiji Kimura is the same as it is in the Chatsambo, and it's the same as you move around with your footwork. So the structure of the body doesn't change. The structure of the legs really doesn't change much either. You go from there to there, and you can go back and forwards between the two and all the way across and whatnot. So when we're doing the stance in training, when you see our students just drilling the stance, it's so that they get that structure locked in. For anyone who does try to use, say, their Yiji Kimura when they start doing Chisao and sparring, I don't know if other people have had this experience, but almost everyone that comes through our school and does it, and also my seafood school, because we do want to stay down in this stance, whether it's Yiji Kimura, Chatsambo, or transitioning between the two, which is more likely. We want to stay down in there. And what typically happens when people haven't got their stance locked in quite solidly, when they do their Chisao, so we're doing sticky hands, let's do some sparring, really gentle here, and we simulate it getting worked, like harder and a bit more pressure. What typically starts to happen is, especially when the footwork's involved, you come out of the stance, you start rising up, you lose the structure of the hips, and everything starts to go funny. And that's because people haven't trained to be solid and down in their stance. And you hear people talking about grounding and being rooted. As an Australian, that sounds kind of funny when we hear that term. But grounded, people are talking about this sort of stuff. So when you're down like this, you learn to be grounded and so on. When you start, put me under there. When I start going a bit tough, I'm going to start coming out of my stance, you lose that. And someone who knows what they're doing is going to, well, they barely have to do it because you've already done it for yourself. Get under you and uproot you, sort of thing. So that's another thing, I guess, I'd say about how we do Wing Chun. Even though we don't technically use Yiji Kimura in the terms of Jake's going to beat me up, I have to get ready. Nothing like that remotely, so Although beginner students will do that just because they're learning to do it. Our more advanced students, as there comes, I come in and grab the stance, and if he backs off, I might follow him into the... Now I'm in Yiji Kimyangma. Let's assume he was able to back off, he's got stuck in the way here, so he just move. I might then go to the Chatsamba and follow him in whatever way I have to. But I'll do it all down as low as I can get. Within bounds of what's applicable. I'll be nice and low center of gravity, and all the structure through my body, and that's really the key to understanding Yiji Kimura. It's not that much, well, it's a huge amount about the legs, but it's as much about the body as well. So we want to have that structure in nice and solid. Hence why our beginners do so much of their training down like that. And there was another point I was going to make about it. When it occurs to me, we can do it.